We're back in the Carpenter's Arms for the first pub chat of 2026, and this time we're joined by Kelly Harrington, a trend forecaster who has spent huge portions of her career in sort of the denim and vintage clothing world. Thank you very much for coming down.
Hello.
So you started your career as a designer.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Was it something you were always into? Were you always into your fashion, or was there a certain thing that spurred you to kind of jump down that rabbit hole?
I always wanted to work in fashion.
Yeah.
It was really clear since I was really small that art and creativity, that was going to be my thing.
Yeah.
So from a really young age, I loved drawing. And it just kind of grew from there, really.
Yeah.
Went to art school, did the whole university art college thing.
Yeah.
So So all my life, really.
Were there any like really early moments kind of in your childhood where you remember like, there was this specific thing that I saw or this specific artwork that I, viewed and that was the moment? Or it was like an amalgamation?
I think it was like an amalgamation of things. So I was always kind of drawing everywhere I went. I'd always have like a sketchbook. And this is when I was like sort of 15, 16.
Yeah.
I was always into drawing. I used to draw Bart Simpson off the TV.
Oh, hell yeah.
I used to kind of like collect different fabrics and just be making things out of cardboard all the time. I got really into kind of like my first thing that I remember about denim was that I wanted a specific Levi's jacket when I think it was like maybe 17, 18. And back in those days, which was a long time ago, you used to like save up all your money to buy this like one item. So that's the moment that I remember kind of really being sort of into denim. And then I still have that jacket. I still kind of collect them, even though maybe I can't fit in it anymore. But I've still got it.
Nice
It's,
to have.
it's like a thing. Yeah.
Because obviously you're very denim focused.
Yeah.
How did that come about? I think you described it to me as what did you say? It was a constant in a sea of ever-changing trends.
Yeah.
Could you explain that? Because I find that really interesting.
Yeah. So I'd say my day job, I'm like the devil, and I've probably worked in fast fashion.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. And I was forecasting trends, on a monthly basis, and they come and go so quickly. It's very hard to keep up with that world. So denim for me is a bit like a blank canvas.
Okay.
And whatever fashion event I went to, whether it would be a trade show, I'd always be the girl wearing denim.
Okay.
Because I could never be, I was never out of trend because I was that denim girl.
Yeah. So it's like a constant.
Yeah, like a blank canvas that you can do anything with. I could wear it head to toe. I could wear it with heels. I could wear it with sneakers. That was just became my thing that I gravitated towards, and I didn't really ever feel the need to kind of like change it as often because it was my
your thing.
Safety blanket.
Yeah. And you worked in vintage. I mean, I read you kind of curated and you ran a vintage archive for a while. So that was that quite early on in the career?
No, it was probably sort of mid-career. So I went from designing, and whilst designing, I created a vintage archive, and it wasn't just denim; it was all sorts of things. So dresses, pants, accessories, and I travelled the world collecting all of these amazing pieces, which is super fun, and just built a wardrobe really of kind of forever references. So designers can come in and look at a kind of 1950s dress, or how a pair of pants were made in the 40s, because there's obviously a very huge difference. Yeah.
And what kind of stuff did you look for when you were sourcing those items? Was there anything specific that you were kind of searching for?
No, I love the thrill of the hunt.
I guess it's just an excuse to collect loads of stuff.
Yeah, so when I'd go to all the flea markets kind of in Los Angeles, Tokyo, all sorts of places. And when you do it all the time, you can really spot like the gems. So I like the Rose Bowl Flea Market, for instance, where you get these mounds of clothes and you can just dive in and you can find something for like $10 and it might be your most favorite item. And I just love stuff like that. But then I also equally like finding things that are maybe a little bit more precious, a bit more expensive, maybe a bit more collectible. But I like to wear both and I like to collect both.
Yeah. Was there any specific like single items that you were like, oh my God, I can't believe I found that?
Yeah, so it wouldn't necessarily be collectible, but I've got a vintage Japanese happy coat with a K on the back.
Oh, nice.
Which is really bizarre because I was like, oh, I feel like this is meant to be. So obviously that's one of my favourite pieces. I've got things like non-fashion items like vintage Pucci scarf.
Oh, nice.
Which is like 1970s printed. I found like Chanel denim skirt. All sorts of things really. It's not one specific. But I love collecting. Got an amazing kind of like Lee workwear jacket that's from the 40s. Nice. Yeah, all sorts of things.
Do you still have a lot of it?
Yeah.
Where do you keep it?
At home.
What, just you have a separate room? It's just a.
I have a big shed, and which is like floor to ceiling, that sort of thing.
I think I'm getting that way soon. I think.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And traveling's big for you. You mentioned travelling to LA, to Japan. Where did that come from? Is it like design? Was it always something that you really loved doing?
Yeah, it's something I really love doing. I love being inspired by going to different countries and finding new things. I like getting lost and then finding something amazing. I love in Japan that you can literally walk down any road and you don't know where you're going and you're always going to find some treasures. Whether that be new or vintage.
You mentioned Jean Street, which is something I have had absolutely no clue about until you mentioned it. There's a selvage line in the middle of the street.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Explain Jean Street for us.
I actually can't believe you've not been there.
I know. We need to go.
Yeah, it's in Japan and it's in a place called Kojima. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, Kojima, the home of... Yeah.
And you can take a bullet train there from Tokyo.
Yeah.
And, or central Tokyo. And you get out of the station and everything is covered in denim. It's the best place ever.
When you say everything.
Yeah, so you come out of the station, you step off the train, and there's lockers, and they've got jean print, all over them, floor to ceiling. And you walk up the steps, and there's jeans hanging from the sky. I'm not joking. It's amazing.
How did you find Jean Street?
I actually don't know. I just remember reading about it and thinking on my next trip, I've been to Japan maybe 18 times. And I was like, I'm going to do this trip. So I didn't think it was going to be as good as what it was. And I went on my own and I just literally wanted to scream because I was so excited. And even when I think about it now, it just makes me feel excited. I can't actually believe you've not been.
We need like reference images of Jean Street. I can't imagine what this place looks like.
Yeah, there's you walk down the street, there's a salvage line in the middle of the road to represent Jean Street.
Okay.
There's like kind of jean flags all the way down the street. And there's jeans hanging everywhere. Everything's blue, my dream come true. And you can even get blue tea, so like indigo tea. You get blue ice cream. There's a jeans museum. You can make your own jeans there. There's jeans shops. You can watch the jeans being made. It's like a dream come true.
Jean dream.
Yeah, it's literally,
When are you moving there? Surely that's...
Soon, I really want to go back soon. It's amazing. You need to go there. Everywhere. You see that? See? Imagine how excited I was when I got out the station. There's jeans on the steps.
That's so strange.
I know. But it's the best thing ever. I was like, I have arrived at my place. I have found my people.
I'm surprised you didn't just stay, to be honest.
I wish I could have done. Yeah, look, it's the steps with the jeans.
What? That's not what I imagined.
No, not at
all. There's jeans everywhere, like jeans on the lockers. You see, everything's jeanified. It's denim everywhere.
That's nuts.
I know.
How did they get so obsessed with jeans?
Well,
Because you think like,
look,
yeah,
Kojima Jean
Hokkaido.
Street. You know,
But you think Kojima, yes, known for making jeans, but the whole place is themed about.
It's Jean Street. Yeah. He's like, what?
I love this place.
Yeah, there's loads. There's the biggest, the capital head office is there.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like a giant boat that you can stand outside. It's like made of jeans. And obviously I stood on that. And there's a giant like a van that's covered in jeans and graffiti, like a hippie style. It's all patchwork.
That's mad.
Yeah, you have to go.
Yeah. Has there been like specific moments that you really remember thinking kind of change your perspective on either your own style or your own kind of view of style culturally?
I think I love Korea because I love the way they do twin dressing.
Yes.
Really well.
Yeah.
And like all their friendship groups, they tend to kind of dress very similarly, and I love that. I was just in awe of it, and I was like, I wish my friendship group walked around like this. But yeah, that was really. I love people watching, so that inspired me quite a lot. I just really love traveling and finding new things.
And Japan is kind of a big one for you. You're constantly referencing Japan.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
What is it about Japan that you think kind of draws you to that culture?
I love the way they kind of make things very beautifully. They take care of everything. It's crafted in this really beautiful way.
Yeah.
Kind of design and craft is very kind of a thought process, and it's valued really highly. Whereas I think maybe in the UK it's lost that.
I mean, because you obviously say like the day job is fast fashion.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of weigh that up of someone who loves that thoughtful kind of process to making garments?
Yeah, so I actually found that because I worked in fast fashion, it made me really value those vintage items more, and like the way that I kind of wanted to wear denim. It's like denim's one of the fabrics that, apart from leather and maybe linen, gets better with age. So it's that fabric you can always go back to, and that's one of the things I love about it. So whether it's got rips or holes or anything in it like that, just makes it look better from my point of view. And I think it was like the opposite. So working in my day job,
you have like a new avenue.
So even though I was trend forecasting trends on like hamster wheel, my actual real life was that I wore denim, and I now work more in like pre-loved fashion and vintage.
Nice.
So I decided, no, I don't think I can do this anymore.
So
I'm now collided by. So that's good.
I mean, so how does that work as a trend forecaster? What kind of, because I hear trend forecaster and it's like I have almost no picture of how you do that. What is the process of forecasting a trend?
It's actually a lot of research. People think maybe it's like super creative, and it is in some ways, but it's more about reading, research, what's happening globally around the world, which is also why I love to travel. Like what exhibitions, what's happening, what artists. It's not just about fashion, it's about what's happening everywhere, like fabric developments. And it's about kind of finding that red thread between everything and being able to deliver a story. And that I love that part of it, the research. But now trends come and go so quickly, and also you've got things like TikTok trends, Instagram trends. It's very hard to keep up.
Because that's the one thing I was really curious to ask you is like, as someone who kind of spent a chunk of your career working in that trend forecasting, how do you think the landscape's changed now? Because obviously we have so many of these micro trends where people can't even seem to, a trend happens before you even have time to buy something. You're on to the next. So how do you think that's a good thing?
No.
No.
I don't think it's a good thing. No, I personally don't want to be invested in those trends all the time, that trend cycle all the time. So I try to buy things that are obviously more of a meaningful purchase. But I understand how people love to be. You know, I was that young person once that wanted to wear all those trends. But I do like the process of it. I like kind of researching and finding out. So like, for instance, people now are kind of really rebelling against kind of like being online all the time. So how does that reflect in what we wear or what we're doing every day? Like people want to go outside, and like bird watching is really trending, and like I find it really exciting.
My dad's if bird watching's trendy, my dad's super happy.
Bird watching is trending now.
How do you view, because it's almost a trend, I think, you know, maybe not a trend, but vintage and clothing that lasts, it is becoming more and more popular. How do you think that kind of sits within the world of trends and people sort of, for the first time since maybe the 40s or the 50s, saying, I want to buy stuff for life? You know, do you think that's going to last? Do you think that's a strong kind of something that's going to grow as we see?
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for that.
Okay.
I really do hope so, because I think people maybe are valuing what they're buying more, and they're interested in finding out the story behind the garment, how it's made, where it's from, and I love that, and especially the menswear scene. Really into that, and I actually, perhaps a bit controversially, I love menswear more than I like women's wear, because I feel I can go into a store and I can really see how the garment's made and the story. There's a lot more story behind it, and it seems a bit more genuine. So I hope I've answered your question.
I mean, do you think, what would you want to see, just more of that story and more of that intentionality?
I want to see kind of behind the scenes. I want to see the factories. I want to see where it's made. That kind of thing really interests me and makes me want to purchase from a brand or like a store that has that kind of knowledge. It makes a really huge difference to me, rather than walking into a store that looks all the same and it's very generic, and every white t-shirt, you know, looks a bit rubbish. I just want to put my money into something that has a really good story and where the garment's going to last. I'd rather pay more money for something. And no, I shop a lot by fabric. So a lot of women's wear has a lot of polyester in, which I hate.
Because there's not really much reason, unless you're doing sort of outdoor or athletic clothing, there's not much reason to put any synthetics in your clothing. No,
so women's wear always tends to have like wool mixes or a lot more polyester in the wool, and menswear, you go to buy sort of nearly exactly the same product, but it will be always 100% wool for the men. So I always kind of bought the menswear items instead. I wear a lot of menswear jeans, men's jeans, because they're better. Normally they don't have stretching. They've always got the selvage. So for me, that's more appealing.
Are there any specific kind of designers you think at the minute are kind of hitting the nail on the head?
Oh, this is hard, because I have such a mix of, I don't kind of shop with one designer, but I love, there's a Japanese brand called Ordinary Fit. I love their jean washes. I love the Japanese brand called Fundamental, which has a lot of borrow stitching.
Oh, nice.
It's sometimes they even print it.
Oh, wow.
It's quite cool. It's a little bit wild, maybe. I love Margiela denim, because it's a bit crazy, a little bit fashion orientated. I absolutely love a Portuguese fashion brand called Marquise Almeida. And it's like really kind of girly fits, but in denim. But they use quite a lot of denim. And it's catwalk show. They normally show in London. Who else do I love? It's a real mix. Like one day I'll wake up and I'll be like, ooh, I want to be like a fashion denim girl today, and the next time I'm like all about heritage. So I really like.
Actually, you've got to do the blend. And then you mentioned moving into pre-loved clothing. How did that kind of journey take place? What brought you away from more of the fashion side?
Just because I personally really love buying secondhand, whether that be going to the charity shop, going to a vintage flea market, buying something really specialist. I feel that there's not really any need sometimes to make more. Am I allowed to say shit clothes?
Yeah, you can say shit clothes. No more shit clothes.
No more shit clothes. Only buy good clothes. So it kind of felt like a natural step, especially with my really kind of like love for having kind of been working in archive kind of fashion.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was like a natural process.
And so what sort of stuff are you doing with it?
So it is kind of like what I'd say curated, pre-loved clothing. So I wouldn't necessarily call it vintage. We all have massive amounts of clothing. And some that we don't wear, and I equally have that. So it's kind of like a more curated way of passing on your
nice.
Passing on your clothes.
And lastly, the question we ask everyone, and everyone has wildly different answers. Oh, what is one piece of styling advice you would give everyone and everyone?
I would say for me, there is no kind of rule.
Okay.
I'd say wear what makes you feel good and what makes you feel happy. I don't stick to rules. I, wear men's clothing, baggy fits when I'm really small, so I'd say no rule. There's no rules.
There is no piece of good styling advice.
just don't go with what's personal to you.
Yeah.
I think that's my main number one.
Yeah, nice. Kelly, thank you very much. Cheers.